Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Our last few videos that we have filmed out on the Trent River and the Neuse River, there's days that we're very productive and then there's days that we're not so productive. My goal in these videos is to improve day by day, learn what these fish are doing. A little bit of backstory on me. I'm not new to fishing. I have been fishing ever since I was a little kid. My dad used to bass fish all the time. He used to take me out, fishing all the time. And I learned a lot of my skills that I know now from him. But when it comes to actually targeting bass on a daily basis, factoring the weather conditions, factoring in, what time of the year it is, if it's, summer, late summer, fall, if it is wintertime, pre-spawn, post-spawn, you name it, I'm not used to that. So every video, my goal is to improve, learn what these fish are doing, find out what they're keying on, and then see if we can replicate that pattern. So the reason why I'm shooting this video is kind of you can get my background, kind of see where I'm coming from, and I ordered something off of Amazon that I'm super excited to share with you guys. I wasn't sure if I wanted to pull the trigger on it, but after reading numerous reviews from professional fishermen, amateur anglers, just everybody you can think about has had very, very positive reviews of this product. So this is not necessarily a product review video, more than an unboxing and sharing to you what I'm adding to my boat. Hopefully, whenever we start getting into this late fall, we're getting to the wintering patterns when these fish start grouping up. When we locate the fish, we can kind of get them to start feeding instead of just us getting 1 or 2 bites a day. So if this product gets me 1, 2, 3 extra bites per fishing trip and I'm able to get 1 or 2 extra fish in the boat, I call this product a win. And you know what? Let's jump into it. Let's show you this product. I think you guys are going to be excited for me. I know I'm excited, so without further ado, let's do it. Obviously, in the video description, you already know what it is, so let's just open her up. Yes, guys, I pulled the trigger on a Hydrowave. This is actually the KVD version. I believe this is the Hydrowave H2, which currently is the newest product that they have out there. Guys, don't go buy these things brand new from like Tackle Warehouse or from other shops that are trying to make a dime on these things. I got this thing off of Amazon, $100 off. So normally this runs, I think, $465, $485. I got it for $100 off just because whoever put it on Amazon was overstocked and they're trying to get rid of them. Guess what? $100 off. Why not drop the extra money to get a couple extra bites? So, hey, let's open it up. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out there. Right now, it's actually raining outside, so we can't actually go out there and install it, but I'll fast forward through the video. We'll install this on my boat. I will video on how I installed it. I have a 2020 Nitro Z18 with a Minn Kota Ultrex trolling motor. Minn Kota Ultrex, we're gonna get this thing connected to it. Next fishing trip, we're gonna try this thing out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on fish that are actually on ledges instead of fishing right against the bank. Obviously, we don't catch fish. We're gonna go back to bank fishing, but let's see what this thing looks like. I'm super excited to open this box up, so without further ado, let's do it. All right, guys, when you open the box up, you actually get the the main module that has all the programming and stuff in it. Got your menu button, you got your play, you got your start button. I'm super excited to find out what all sounds this thing has in it, and let's try it out. Looks pretty sharp too. Got KVD, you know, signature series. Super excited to try this thing out. All right, guys. Wiring harness, waterproof speaker. What I'm gonna do is we're actually gonna wire this directly into the bow of the boat. Whenever I open my panel up, I should have, you know, a ground and a power wire, and we're gonna get the T-clamp connectors, and should be fairly simple install. Run the wire down the trolling motor, find out where we want to actually put this on the bow of the boat. You know, I don't want it to get in the way of like fishing poles and stuff. So, I mean, this thing's super light, guys. It ain't gonna add any weight to the boat, and I really think with, you know, how small of a profile this thing is, it shouldn't really get in the way. So, I mean, thoughts, comments, leave them below in the description box. If you like these videos, hey guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and yes, let's fast forward it and let's get to the install. All right, guys, we're outside. We're at my boat. What we're gonna do is we're gonna install the Hydrowave on my 2020 Nitro Z18. Some of the stuff you're gonna wanna have. It does come with these, you know, big black zip ties, actually zip tied onto the trolling motor head. However, I've heard reviews of these things slipping. The purpose is you should be able to have these, and they say you want to turn it from the top of your trolling motor head or to the bottom or whatever. I'm gonna permanently affix this to my trolling motor, and so I'm gonna use these 4-inch clamps. All right, so you're out there, you need to go buy them. Or the 4-inch will actually work. To be able to wire it up, we need to remove this box. So make sure when you do this, you actually put all your screws off to the side somewhere so you don't lose them. I have a, you know, grayish black carpet, so these are actually black screws, and they blend in very well. So make sure you put them somewhere you know where you're gonna find them. Alrighty, that's all the screws. So what we do is we, you know, lift this panel up and should have access to all electrical. All right, guys, that's it. That's how we do it. All right, so as you can see, that's what it looks like behind our panel. That's what it looks like down inside our panel. So what I need to do now is locate, you know, a main power source and a ground. So I think there's this red and black wire right here. We're probably gonna connect to that. So stay tuned and we'll keep going. All right, guys, so what we're doing now is we've got the power box open. We're going to install this on our trolling motor. I'm going to just place the cable somewhere to hold it. And should be just as simple as that, man. All right, guys, so I'm going back and forth if I want the speaker box actually facing backwards. It's kind of pointless because most of the time the trolling motor is going to be pointing forward, and I don't want all the sound waves going behind it under the boat. I want to go in front of the boat, so I'm going to readjust this real quick. All right, we got one clamp on there. Like I said, I wanted the speaker actually pointing forward. I didn't want it pointing back towards the propeller. Obviously this propeller is going to be spinning, and I don't want it to really disrupt the sound waves and everything. I'm not sure if it would or not, but at the same time it would actually cause the speaker box to send sound below the boat and to the back of the boat. I've seen these things with other people reviewing it. It actually attracts fish. Sometimes they have fish that come all the way up to your trolling motor, so I'd rather those fish kind of stay in front of my boat, so if I need to drop, you know, a drop shot or something to catch them, that's what I want to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to, you know, fiddle with it here, get it in the right position, and then I'll show you what I did. we're finished installing this for the most part. We just gotta, you know, put everything back together, but I want to show you what we did. It would take too long if I actually had to film this step by step, but I will go into detail how I did it. So we actually got the speaker mounted to the side of the actual trolling motor itself. I'm gonna tell you the reason for that. So the sound's actually gonna emit in the front of the boat instead of the back of the boat. The reason why I actually banded it with metal bands is so it doesn't slide around. I mean, you see that thing's sturdy as can be. This is actually really well built plastic. It's very similar to what actually your trolling motor's made out of. So also we mounted it right here because you don't want to get in the way of the transducer. You're probably like, hey, how'd you route the cable? So obviously the cables don't get chopped up by the propeller. So what I did is I left a little bit of slack here. It will not get in the way at all. It shouldn't come loose. And then you see right underneath our metal bands, I routed them there. And what that does is it keeps it from, you know, moving around. Like I said, don't want it to end up in the propeller and get chopped up and then you have to replace the whole thing. I ran it up the shaft, a couple zip ties here. You got to take in consideration when you actually pull the trolling motor out of the water, it's going to seat. And when it seats, you can actually pinch this wire right here. So try to prevent from doing that. All the way up the trolling motor here. And as you can see, I left some slack. All right, having that slack in there actually allows the trolling motor to move freely. Like I said, these spot locks, they are finicky on these Ultrexes. So if for some reason these wires get binded up, your trolling motor will keep coming off a spot lock. I've learned that the hard way. So wires come from the troll jacket, all right, down into the bow, and then your electrical cable here. What I did is I wanted to make sure that when I store my boat and I'm actually turning off all the power from the stern, what I'm doing is I connected this to the power cables of my Hummingbird unit. So I know for a fact when I flip that power switch off at the console, all my power at the bow of the boat is turned off. All I use is these T-clamps. Works perfectly. It literally took me 2 minutes to get power to this Hydrowave. So let's test it out. Does it work? And you know what? LED screen turns on, and now we can use this. We got our Hydrowave installed. That's how it looks. See how the wires ran up through here to protect it, up the trolling motor shaft, got zip ties, and then we got it loose right here. Obviously the wires, like I said, they run down the trolling jacket freely. So if you have to, you can pull out more slack or you can tuck in more slack, whatever the case may be. And then I mounted it right here. It's out of the way. As you can see, I can stand up as close as I want to. I should be standing up that far anyway, but it works great. So wires on the 2020 Z18, there's actually a wire slot right here that goes into the bow of the boat. So the wires are tucked out of the way. You won't have to worry about getting snagged on it whenever you cast. And guys, that's all she wrote. All right guys, hey, I appreciate you watching my video. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. If there's any comments, you know, things I could have done better, if there's more videos like this that you want to see, next video that's kind of like a helpful tip for a lot of boat owners when it comes to the Minn Kota Ultrex is actually the power switch on the pedal itself. My power switch keeps like coming off and on whenever I'm driving down on the water, and it's just annoying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace that power switch for you guys, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it, because if you go on YouTube, there's no videos on it as far as I can find. So all right guys, thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time on River Bass TV. Thank you.